The basic rules of business. Methods of commercialization. There are several methods of commercializing a business idea, some of which are listed below, and we will now look at each of these in a little more detail. In-house commercialization. This is like owning a house and living in it. This allows the inventor to develop and sell the product through their existing company, and the inventor must have access to the required capability and market. This allows the inventor to retain full control and maximizes their potential reward, and it also allows for potential for rapid growth and development. However, the inventor bears all of the risk, costs, and effort, and it may not be their core business. Joint venture requires finding a partner, and this is like sharing a house. The inventor must have some capability and access to the market, and the partners have the missing elements. This has the advantage that you share the risk, costs, and effort. However, you need to find an appropriate partner, and there is some loss of control in this. You also have to share any reward that you generate. Licensing your product or intellectual property to a third party, which is like renting a house. The inventor has little capability or access to the required market, and hence licenses their intellectual property to a third party. This has the advantages that the licensee bears all of the risk and requires minimal input from the inventor. The inventor also gets an immediate injection of cash and ongoing royalties. Disadvantages include the need to find an appropriate partner and the fact that the inventor loses control of the development of their product. The inventor also gets a lower share of the rewards generated. Assigning your intellectual property, which is like selling a house. This is when the inventor has no capability or access to their market. You would sell your intellectual property to a third party and allow them to develop the product. This has the advantage that you get a substantial amount of cash immediately, and the inventor also bears none of the risk associated with product development. However, you completely lose your intellectual property, and you get no further share of any rewards generated. You could of course also form your own company, and this is the equivalent of building your own house. Here, the inventor assembles the capability required through acquisition or investment. The inventor must be credible, have sufficient drive and commitment to succeed, and the reward must be high enough to warrant the effort required and the investment and risk. This has the advantage that it has potentially high reward for the inventor, and the inventor retains control of their product or invention. However, this has very high risk associated with this method, and there's a huge investment of time and effort required of the inventor. So to summarize, there are several methods of commercializing an idea. For example, in-house development, a joint venture, you could license your intellectual property, you could assign your intellectual property, or you could form your own company. And it's important to remember that you must choose the method that makes you the most money.